Matthew Ward Message, Universal Changes. With loving greetings from all souls at this station, this is Matthew. We are pleased to greet Arnold, who accepted our invitation to address this email. It's hard to believe the world can change so dramatically that we'll be in fifth density in only 35 to 40 years. How did Arnold's people come up with that timeline? Does Donald Trump as USA president change that either way? Did they factor in that i.e. clones or doubles are replacing dead persons and people are oblivious? How does transgenderism fit into the timeline? Arnold, Matthew, thank you for inviting me to speak about those matters. Greetings, dear souls. If you had the panoramic view of your world, that we do, you would see stunning eras in ancient history, activity worldwide at this very moment, and the spectacular glow of Earth's golden age, the exhilarating world, in the timeless continuum, that in linear time your light is helping to manifest. Our awareness of what the population is doing at various points in the continuum is the fulcrum of our calculations. To explain how we arrived at 35 to 40 years, I have to start by saying everything is energy. That energy is cosmic consciousness, and whatever happens anywhere affects everything else everywhere else. Nothing happens in isolation. About 9 decades ago, the highest Universal Council's process of eradicating darkness in this part of the universe reached Earth. A massive infusion of light let the planet start ascending out of deep third density, and the liberation of its residents from dark control began. They are inextricably connected with Earth's subatomic functioning, which is aligned with activity in your solar system, on into your galaxy, and everywhere beyond. Every soul and every happening on Earth is part of intricately tuned astronomical frequencies that keep the universe in balance, as countless souls in myriad worlds are evolving at a pace that's comfortable for them, and is in concert with the whole. So, whatever timeline we would come up with had to be within universal parameters, and Earth's civilization had to advance at a pace so they wouldn't miss this opportunity to ascend out of third density. Let me assure you, this opportunity will not be missed. Remember, dear ones, we see the planet and its residents flourishing in Earth's golden age. Now, back to today. Once the ball is rolling steadily, we can assess how long people will take to reach specific stages of development. Putting what we see in the timeless continuum into your calendar years is difficult, especially because your linear time concept is collapsing, and your sensation of time passing faster and faster will keep speeding up. However, during the 2 years since we came up with 35 to 40 years, our estimates have been on the mark with people's increased consciousness. Before the ball can even twitch though, the light forces have to eliminate the last shred of darkness in your world, so the slate is clean, so to say, and reconstruction, rejuvenation, restoration, and reconciliation can get underway in earnest. Nothing substantial can be accomplished while foes of change, commonly called deep state, are causing suffering and chaos. We see their ability to do that eroding. One way they have controlled the civilization has been with mind-boggling fortunes. Because they no longer have liquidity to pay multi-million-dollar bribes, greedy individuals are leaving the game, and control of the global economy, which was adding billions to their coffers, is slipping out of their hands. They program the population to obey authorities and believe whatever is reported by major media. Their former airtight control of those areas also has seriously weakened. People no longer trust the authorities, and they are in the news in ways they never thought could happen. Information that deep staters are desperate to keep hidden, that benevolent helpful extraterrestrial civilizations are present, is starting to come out. They want the public to believe that if threats exist, they're monstrous creatures that invade and enslave. The erosion of dark influence and the emergence of truths, which reflect the light's progress not only on Earth, but intergalactically, are important parts of our estimate. In the big picture, the importance of the USA presidential election is that the light won. The darkness that has long been in control of that country, and from there, much of the rest of the world, was defeated by the high vibrations of light within the populace. It remains to be seen where and how President Trump and his administration direct their energy, but what I can tell you is, only endeavors based in light can be successful. As for doubles and RE clones pretending to be certain persons, that kind of tomfoolery comes from dark hearts and minds, and is well known in this universe. There was no need to factor it into our timeline because its heyday will come to an abrupt end whenever rising vibrations upset that stealthy apple cart. The sudden popularity of transgenderism among youngsters and young adults also comes from darkness, and it, too, is not unique to Earth. We can see the collective energy of that insidious indoctrination running out its course during the next few years as the number of interested individuals drops lower and lower. Matthew has spoken about the human-animal relationship in an evolving civilization, so you won't be surprised that this was primary in our considerations. Animals are intelligent and sensitive, and they have the same emotions and characteristics good people do. Species-wide, cetaceans are the most advanced souls on the planet, and many other highly evolved souls incarnated as dogs, cats, or horses, to be beacons of love, loyalty, and compassion, and to anchor those energies for people to embrace and emulate. It is heartwarming that a growing number of persons, and both wild and tame animals, are showing the mutual respect, friendship, and assistance that existed when the planet was originally populated. Back then reverence was felt by every soul for all others, and all communicated telepathically. That is a natural part of life in a fifth-density civilization. Animals have advanced, as we anticipated, but the whole of humankind has not. We know, just as you do, that many, many millions of animals who provide you with food live and die in unconscionable conditions. You don't need to stop eating meat, poultry, and seafood to end their intolerable treatment. Comfortable lives and merciful deaths can be manifested by individual visualization, group focus and meditation and prayer, public rallies and concerts, major and social media promotion, short explanations in elementary school classrooms, involvement of influential leaders. And, if you are inspired to eat only vegetables, fruit, and grains 1 or 2 days each week, that will be a health benefit as well as lessen the market for meat. I belabored the importance of animals in an evolving civilization, because this needs attention, and now I'll move on to another factor in our calculations. Brutality wasn't the nature of any soul in the beginning of life, in this universe, but after it penetrated, it spread like wildfire. Fighting that erupted in hamlets soon engulfed entire civilizations, and interplanetary wars ensued. Earth became a universally respected schoolhouse for learning to overcome the low vibratory emotions that lead to violence. Souls from many 3D civilizations flocked to the planet, some of them time and time again, and the karmic merry-go-round kept going around and around. That purpose which Earth served so well during the long dark ages is over, and this was important in our considerations. Today's turmoil caused by deep staters lashing out in fury because their control has at its end is on target with our timeline for balancing. And the importance of balancing can't be overstated. The lack of light during the merry-go-round caused the planet's axis to wobble. During the eons the planet was trapped in deep third-density energy. The imbalance that caused its descent from fifth density to that level continued to increase. Eventually the orbit was so out of kilter that only an inpouring of light saved Earth from flying out into space and certain destruction. The light beamed by highly evolved worlds was the feminine energy that was needed to start balancing the masculine energy that had been dominant during the long reign of darkness. I'm not demeaning masculine energy or exalting feminine. Both have strengths and desirable qualities. But for a civilization to thrive, the two energies must be in balance. Ever since that infusion of light, Earth has been slowly moving into balance, despite the formidable darkness that was keeping her humankind unbalanced, unenlightened and uncivil. You folks who are so dear to me and my people want to help Earth's human residents awaken so they could grow spiritually and consciously and become balanced. You have been extraordinarily successful in your wake-up, Earthlings mission. One example is people using the law of attraction to their benefit. They're changing thoughts about what they don't want to what they do want: a peaceful world, where their children are safe, education and prosperity for everyone, a healthy planet, and honest trustworthy leaders. The energy of those thoughts will attract individuals with wisdom, knowledge, and integrity to positions with the power to lead the population toward their collective desires for their world. Individuals who are afraid to leave what is familiar will resist differences, so changes will start slowly, gradually pick up speed during trial and error zigzagging, then accelerate like buds bursting into full bloom. We can see those stages unfold and Mother Nature taking charge of weather. Climate change, an item on Deep State's extensive agenda for world domination, isn't natural. Deep Staters use weather warfare technology to instigate ferocious storms, flooding, record-setting temperatures, wildfires, wind velocity, earthquakes, and volcanic eruptions, then claim the death and devastation is caused by the events they engineered and convince folks it's a planetary crisis. We can see authentic science pulling that fallacy apart at the seams, and the release of suppressed technologies that will benefit the population. The end of contaminating the entire world with toxins and chemtrail spray, pesticides, herbicides, food, and drinking water is apparent, too. So are the processes of artificial intelligence transitioning into benevolent use only, the cleaning up of rivers and oceans, and the use of free energy. Regarding off-planet visitors with technologies that can dematerialize radioactive waste and turn deserts into arable lands, it appears that the timing of their arrival depends upon a worldwide welcoming sentiment. Of course, it's Earth's people who will transform their world to be what they want, and to do that requires their advancing in conscious and spiritual awareness. There is no way to calculate when billions of souls do that, so imagine, if you can, the best analogy I can think of: corn popping constantly for the next 10 years, or so. Self-empowerment already is evident in numerous small ways, like tattoos, jewelry attached to body parts, unusual fashions, and other choices that are personal statements. When that same sense of different extends into avenues that benefit the society, dramatic changes will come. We can see, for instance, free education with everyone having access to the branch of schooling that fits his or her aptitudes and interests, and all kinds of work being equally respected and compensated. Partisan politics and dynasties will give way to republic forms of governance, and instead of competing or fighting, nations will cooperate and share noteworthy developments. Areas changing significantly will overlap and benefit from shared ideas, inventions, and innovations. Belief in body self-healing systems will become pervasive, and established medicine's lucrative business enterprise will be replaced by personal healthcare management. Souls that incarnate in the next few years will become the first wave of adults completely free of discrimination based on gender, race, religion, social and financial standing, culture, profession, and political and philosophical ideology. That generation and all that follow will know their divine sovereignty and multidimensional immortality, their origin in creator source and interconnectedness with everything in the cosmos. Souls coming in with multiple DNA strands and crystalline cells that contain cosmic knowledge will choose parents who were called indigo, crystal, or rainbow children, or be attracted to noteworthy projects in which those visionary individuals are involved. The power of innate knowingness will engender unity consciousness, the optimum state of a civilization's collective mind, body, and spirit, and the foundation of life in Earth's golden age. And there you have it, dear ones. My people honor you for steadfastness in a most difficult mission, living in a third density world, to help Earth's people take their rightful place as members of our universal family. Please love yourselves as much as we love you. Matthew, thank you for inviting me to speak, and Susie, thank you for receiving my message. Matthew, Arnold, thank you for your enlightening and encouraging explanation. We are grateful to you, and all others in the extraterrestrial special forces, and we will rejoice when you can introduce yourselves to the people whom you have assisted in so many vital ways. Arnold, we look forward to that day too. Now I shall take my leave. Matthew, beloved sisters and brothers, all light beings in this universe are cheering you ever forward on your earth journey, and are supporting you with the unparalleled power of unconditional love. Love and peace, Suzanne Ward. February Ascension Energies, Heart-Mind Unification. Beloved ones, we greet you. There are vast flows of multidimensional frames of light descending from the higher realms of this resident universe. These flows of consciousness are enabled to blend within a vast network that has been recently anchored around and throughout your earth plane. Your earth is expanding, going through an enormous transmutation process through the shifted formation of network energy. This network energy has been created by a group of human beings and carries a unique makeup of consciousness because of the creation elemental foundation that was formed at the very moment of manifestation. Through the action of the collective consciousness power of human hearts, this network carries the pure vibrational signature of resurrection for this time on earth. Let go and expect the unexpected. Much is about to be revealed to you as you commit to moments of alignment within your multidimensional heart. Sacred tools are about to be restored to you as you commit to aligning within the intelligence of your heart space. You are being called to return, to come back home to the clarity and multidimensional aspect of your higher consciousness that is accessed within your heart. One moment at a time within your heart is all that is required. The sacred network is designed to support your realignment to home. Witness the sacred forms and lights within the night sky. They are interacting through the network to bring reflections of mirrored consciousness back to you. This is the time to arise and meet yourself once more, to move beyond the limitations of your ego mind's illusionary stories, to claim your brilliance and to take your place within the collective consciousness of your universal home. Know all is in hand. We witness you. Blessings. The Pleiadians. The Pleiadians, frames of light. Beloved ones, we greet you. There are vast flows of multidimensional frames of light descending from the higher realms of this resident universe. These flows of consciousness are enabled to blend within a vast network that has been recently anchored around and throughout your earth plane. Your earth is expanding, going through an enormous transmutation process through the shifted formation of network energy. This network energy has been created by a group of human beings and carries a unique makeup of consciousness because of the creation elemental foundation that was formed at the very moment of manifestation. Through the action of the collective consciousness power of human hearts, this network carries the pure vibrational signature of resurrection for this time on earth. Let go and expect the unexpected. Much is about to be revealed to you as you commit to moments of alignment within your multidimensional heart. Sacred tools are about to be restored to you as you commit to aligning within the intelligence of your heart space. You are being called to return, to come back home to the clarity and multidimensional aspect of your higher consciousness that is accessed within your heart. One moment at a time within your heart is all that is required. The sacred network is designed to support your realignment to home. Witness the sacred forms and lights within the night sky. They are interacting through the network to bring reflections of mirrored consciousness back to you. This is the time to arise and meet yourself once more, to move beyond the limitations of your ego mind's illusionary stories, to claim your brilliance and to take your place within the collective consciousness of your universal home. Know all is in hand. We witness you. Blessings. The Pleiadians. February 2025. Rise above the density. Hi, my friend. If the start of 2025 has been much more intense than you anticipated, you are not alone. In fact, many people noticed that those first 4 weeks were some of the toughest they have experienced in years. Why is this happening? To the human part of ourselves, it can feel frustrating to try and figure out why things happen the way they do. Closure. Although everyone has their own unique and individual ability to shape their own reality, sometimes an overall blanket effect occurs that impacts many of us at the same time. In this case, the blanket effect many of us dealt with in the first month of 2025 is closure. When closure happens, a combination of things come to the forefront in a big way. This combination may include tying up loose ends in our work, home, relationships, etc., reevaluating our priorities, making good on any debt, so clearing out old energy that is no longer aligned with our greatest vision, which can be experienced as a type of physical or emotional purging. If we are not consciously clearing out the energies we've outgrown, the mind believing it has lost something, a person, place, experience, or object it had some kind of attachment to. The first month of 2025 was all about closing the chapter that was 2024. So if that was a rough year for you, and I've gathered from speaking to many people that seems to be the general consensus, then the closure period to that year is amplified many-fold. Everything that still needs to be resolved must be taken care of in order for a new cycle to begin. If you had a smooth, easy, and enjoyable 2024, then you would have experienced an amplified version of that in the first month of 2025, and what a blessing that is. The good news is that the blanket of closure is coming to an end, and now those heavier energies will be lifting. Get free energy forecast straight to your inbox. The lightness returns. We've already started seeing small glimpses of the lightness, joy, and ease returning to us. During the second week of February, many will start to clearly notice a greater influx of these lighter energies as they make themselves more at home in our day-to-day lives. As mentioned in my last energy forecast, 2025 is the year where we will have the opportunity to accept, love, and embrace ourselves more than we've ever done before. Through this deep appreciation and honoring of ourselves, the greatest miracles will begin to unfold. If you are someone who finds it challenging to truly accept, love, and honor yourself fully again, know that you are not alone. Yet the days of blaming our parents, teachers, society, government, and the media for how we are choosing to treat ourselves are quickly dwindling. The light we receive daily from the universe is just not allowing us to be comfortable in the energy of blame anymore. In fact, we have been nudged often to make peace with our past, learn from it, and accept that we have the power to use all of our previous experiences to heal not only our own personal reality, but also the world. This is the year to do just that. February will be a much lighter month, especially with the help of an overall blanket of lightness that will be available to anyone who wants to receive it. Here are some simple suggestions for connecting more with the blanket of ease and lightness available to us now. Make time to nurture and pamper yourself often. Make yourself a top priority in your life. Share your gifts and talents in a fun and creative way. Be willing to not be attached to the stories the mind likes to create. Add more playtime into your daily schedule. Express gratitude and appreciation often. Eat a diet that feels life-enhancing and nourishing to your body and mind. Spend time playing with your pets, or the pets of your friends/family. Enjoy more deep belly laughs. There are so many more things we can do to connect with the energy of ease and lightness. So, whatever brings you into a state of flow, that is perfect. Spontaneous healing. The environment we have anchored ourselves in now, especially in the material, third-dimensional world, is completely uncharted. Things that once seemed impossible to the rational mind are now becoming a normal part of life. The fabric of our reality has become so malleable that things are showing up almost as fast as we can imagine them. We are also seeing many cultures around the world break away from the old ideologies that promote intercultural separation and disconnection. There's a collective priority now that is laying the foundations for a much brighter future ahead for all, rather than only a select few. There may be healthy skepticism in our minds as to whether all this is really happening. Because of all the separation our minds have been conditioned to see in the world. This is completely understandable, considering that it used to take decades or centuries before any real change was visible. However, things are moving so quickly now, and there are enough daily synchronicity and confirmations happening. that it's almost impossible not to be aware of the changes happening all around us. In our personal lives, many of us are also witnessing and experiencing spontaneous changes, especially when it comes to our healing. The environment we have elevated ourselves into is allowing these rapid changes in healing to occur in areas of our physical, emotional, mental, and financial bodies. These shifts do not require as much effort as they once did. And for many, they are occurring naturally. If you are serving as a holistic/wellness practitioner or a spiritual teacher, or are in the creative arts, you may have noticed that your gifts have evolved manyfold over the last year. You are most definitely witnessing instantaneous physical, emotional, mental, and financial healing within yourself and your clients. If you are still not able to receive or notice the healing taking place within and around you, now is the time to lay down the armor you've been wearing as a result of your past experiences. That armor only creates a barrier between you and the healing you desire to experience, holding it at bay. Allow the universe to take care of it. One of my golden mantras that I use often is, "Dear Universe, I choose to let go and let love." This reminds me that whatever burdens, armor, I'm still carrying, I can lovingly hand them over to the universe so that I can make room for more of the magic that life has to offer me. As simple as this mantra may sound, to the mind it can be a struggle. The reason being that when the mind lets go of something, it thinks it's losing something, or missing out. The truth is, however, that by letting go of what no longer serves our highest good, we are not losing anything, but instead gaining everything. We are expanding into our greatest potential, and no longer keeping ourselves small. We are opening up to life. If we are ready to heal, we are being given the opportunity to do so at this time, in a very real and lasting way. If we are not fully willing and ready to heal, that's okay too. There will be more opportunities to do so in future. Everyone is exactly where they are meant to be now on their journey, expanding out of our comfort zone. For those of us who are ready to expand and heal now, the first thing we can do is to take a leap in moving out of our comfort zone. This can express itself in several ways. If you are being called to learn and enhance your natural healing and/or creative gifts, trust your inner guidance. You might choose to enrich your gifts by taking a class, course, or workshop that resonates with you. Receiving support from a compassionate wellness, spiritual, or life coach practitioner would be another way to contribute to your healing. As a practitioner, I find that it can be easy for me to forget to ask for support for myself. In fact, asking for support used to be quite challenging for me, but once I decided to move out of my comfort zone and ask for help, many doors that were once closed opened up for me, and I even became a better practitioner as a result. Finding an opportunity to give back and be of service to humanity is also something that will greatly support our own expansion and healing. This allows the mind to move out of the pattern of being self-involved and redirects its awareness to the betterment of all humanity. As challenging as the start of 2025 has been, it is not a reflection of what is coming up on the near horizon. The greatest era of peace, joy, and love is getting closer and closer each day, and all that is asked of us is to be open and willing to anchor that into our present reality. Until next time. With gratitude. Emmanuel, source arrayofflight.com. The other videos are in the English video playlist. Help me spread the light. Click like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.